Hello, my friends. Michael Hayes here in New Jersey. It's a beautiful, balmy evening, and I'm just sitting here in the patio and had a few things happen the past week. I just wanted to make a video and share with you, and the things were related to how people are sitting home and they're praying for opportunities, or they're praying for a way to get some money to pay off some credit card bills, or they're praying for a way to just change their lives. And sometimes the answer shows up in a way that they're not expecting, and they totally miss it. And I just want to talk about that a little bit because two gentlemen I spoke to this past week been on my mind, been on my heart. One gentleman I spoke to 12 or 14 months ago, and recently I spoke to him again when he answered one of my ads, and I contacted him, and we touched base again. And it's been a year or over a year, and this gentleman is still looking for a way to make money. And also another gentleman I spoke to, he's been out of work for over a year, and spoke to him on the phone the other night, and he's answering ads and he's doing everything he can to find some income. And my point in all this is that sometimes your prayers are answered and you don't realize it. It may be a friend telling you about some coffee, like my business. I'm in a coffee business. Or a friend telling you about some weight loss shakes, or a friend telling you about an opportunity with some energy drinks. And that's your prayer being answered, but you miss it because you're sitting there expecting to wake up in the morning and someone call you and offer you an $80,000 a year job, and everything's going to be hunky-dory and fine, and you never have to worry again. That's not exactly how it works. I can tell you experience from my own life, and I just posted a video on Facebook today. It was in the Philadelphia Daily News today, and it was about 1/3 of all knee replacements are unnecessary operations because people really don't have pain in their knees caused by arthritis severe enough to warrant a knee replacement. And 7 years ago, I had extreme pain in my knees. I had been to a surgeon, orthopedic surgeon, and he told me in 10 years I was going to need double knee replacements. Gave me a cortisone shot, sent me home. And 4 months later, my knees hurt like crazy again. And I was about ready to quit playing golf. And my son called me one night, actually June 28th, 3 days ago. I celebrated 6 years of that phone call from my son. And he called me up and he said, "Hey, Dad, I got some juice I want you to drink so you don't fall asleep watching the Phillies game every night." I'm a big Philadelphia Phillies fan. I like to watch my baseball. And in my late 50s, I'd work all day, I'd be a little tired, and I would fall asleep watching the game. And I wanted to help my son, wanted to help his business, I wanted to support him. And I ordered this juice he was talking about. And I had a little more energy, I felt good. And about 6 weeks later, I noticed my knees didn't hurt anymore. Well, now I'm sitting here speaking to you 6 years later, totally pain-free. And my prayer was answered to get rid of the pain, not by some orthopedic surgeon, not by a doctor, by my son of all people. And I was open-minded to listen and consume his product, and it's made a huge, tremendous difference in my health and in my life. And at the same time, he lives in Florida. He came to New Jersey, and he was going to do a couple of business opportunity meetings. And the first meeting he did, I said, "Son, I love you, I support you, but this isn't for me." And his own father didn't go to his first meeting in New Jersey. And he came home and he said, "Dad, people are asking, where are you? If this is so good, how come your dad's not here?" And I felt bad about it. And about 3 days later, he did another meeting in another person's home. And I went to the meeting, and I can tell you, I sat in the corner of the room, and I sat just like this on a chair with my arm on the arm of the chair, and I was thinking, what the heck am I doing here? I wanted no parts of this network marketing. I wanted no parts of doing a business. I've been a government worker. I've got a pension coming. Everything's good. Well, I didn't think a whole lot of that meeting, and I went to another meeting about 3 or 4 days after that, and again, I was as closed-minded as you could be, but something started clicking in my brain. And I started realizing there may be more to this than I knew. Um, thank God I did. Thank God I opened my mind, because it was only a matter of a couple years later that my pension got changed. My future finances were changed when they changed my pension. And I needed this opportunity that I have before me today, which I share with you, and which you requested information on. And I had that opportunity today to have some security in my life, because now I can control my finances because I have my own business. And where did it come from? It came from my son, of all people, from Tampa, Florida, calling me in New Jersey. And again, I just want to have people open their eyes, open their minds, that when an opportunity is presented to you, you're looking at this video because you were online, or you answered an ad of mine, and you filled out you left your information to be contacted, and you haven't pulled the trigger. And I can tell you, from my experience, from the people I've been exposed to, thank God I joined network marketing. In the past 6 years, I have traveled across the country. I've been to St. Louis, I've been to Dallas, I've been to Chicago, I have been to Orlando, Florida. I have met some wonderful people. I have met some multi-millionaires. I've met some very successful people who know how to build a business. I've been exposed to personal development. I read books. I'm more open-minded as to how the world works and how money is generated, how income is generated. And I can tell you from my experience, from everything I've read, there's some wonderful books out there. The Coming Jobs War by Jim Chilton, who happens to be the chairman of Gallup. Another good book is Risky is the New Safe by Randy Gage. And these books make it very plain and clear that if people are sitting around looking for good jobs, there's not a whole lot of them coming. Technology has changed our world forever. And both of those books point out that we need, the Coming Jobs War says we need 10 million new entrepreneurs today, immediately. And in the Risky is the New Safe by Randy Gage, he predicts in the next 10 years, 40 million people are going to start home-based businesses. Now, folks, when you have a vision and you understand that, we don't have the leadership to lead 40 million people into an industry or profession like network marketing. The people who have vision and get ahead of that curve and get started today and start working on their personal development, start working on their leadership skills, and get around people who are very successful, like my partners. I mean, my partners have 50 years experience. They've built organizations of over 1.5 million people, and they've earned over $50 million between them. Well, they're the kind of people you want to get around and you want to learn from. And as much as people are struggling looking for jobs, because technology has eliminated a lot of good jobs, what technology is creating today is a bunch of $10 an hour jobs at places like Starbucks, Amazon, Target. And the reality of it is that 75% of all millionaires in North America started their own business. It's the one thing they have in common. It's not education. It's not hitting the lottery. It's not inheriting a lot of money. 75% of all millionaires in North America started their own business. So I'm pointing this out today in the video again. I've been thinking about a couple of people I spoke to in the past week. It's over a year, and they're still waiting for a job, still waiting for a good job. And along comes Michael Hayes, who's got some coffee and got some energy drinks, and happens to be with some very successful people who can take them by the hand and change their lives. Looking at that as the answer to their prayer. They're still looking for a job. And that's probably the saddest thing in all this. There aren't good jobs out there, but people are still holding on to that thread. And in the meantime, there's me or there's a friend of theirs going, hey, I've got this opportunity. It looks like coffee. Or, hey, I've got this opportunity. It looks like energy drinks. Hey, I've got this opportunity. It looks like a nutritional beverage, which is the product I use, which keeps my knees pain-free. And you get to control your own income. You get to set your own hours. it makes my heart bleed. I feel pain that when I see these people who are still holding on and holding on, and their prayers are being answered, and they're not recognizing it. It's going to be work. I read the Bible. My favorite book in the Bible is the book of Joshua. And God said, I will give you the promised land. We gave it to them, but they had to go in there. And for 3.5 years, they had to go hand-to-hand battle and eliminate all the inhabitants of the promised land. How would you like somebody to give you something and you got to work for it for 3.5 years? Well, that's pretty much what this is all about. You're starting a home-based business, and you're going to have to work at it for a while. We happen to have a compensation plan where we can get you making some money immediately. If 3 people will join you, you can make $300 tomorrow and get an iPad. We'll give you a mini iPad. You can do that in one day. And in the next week, if you choose to, if you want to be aggressive and you want to work hard, you can make $300, you can make $600, you can make $1,000 by the end of Sunday night, this coming weekend. So it's up to you. The opportunity is there. But again, I just wanted to share this. It's just been on my heart for 3 or 4 days that prayers get answered many times, but they're not in the way we're looking. Again, my knees don't hurt today, and I have a successful network marketing business because my son, of all people, called me from Florida and said, hey, old man, I want you to drink this juice so you don't fall asleep watching the Phillies game every night. So if you're watching this video and you've been looking at some opportunities and you're online and you're looking for ways to make money, I encourage you to look for ways to generate income as opposed to a job. There's a huge difference. When you generate income, you control the circumstances. You develop the skills, you put in the time, and you get around the people who will take you and lead you there. So you can either leverage your time and put other people to work for you, or you can continue to work for somebody else and have somebody leverage you to make them successful. And that's the bottom line. So I just wanted to share this with you. It's been in my heart. If you're praying for an opportunity, you're praying for a way to get out of credit card debt, you're praying for a way to make your car payment, you're praying for a way to pay for your kids' college, it might be right before you and you're missing it. So God bless. Have a good night, and talk to you soon.